Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm making my absolute favorite Easter side dish, my mom's pineapple bread pudding. And Ben's gonna help me, right?
Yeah, pineapple bread.
Woo! Like I said, this is my absolute favorite Easter side dish. It's a traditional recipe in my family. My mom's been making this for decades, and it is so incredible. Yeah, it's kind of hard to decide whether it's a side dish or dessert. It's a little bit of each, but that's probably why it's my favorite. So Benjamin is gonna go over all of the ingredients for us. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's in this bowl?
Eggs.
Eggs, 4 eggs, good. What's here?
Butter.
Butter, 1 stick of softened, unsalted butter. How about here?
Toast.
Toast. Well, bread, untoasted bread. It's actually a loaf of brioche bread, which is a little bit sweet and nice and buttery and eggy. It's perfect for this. You gonna touch it? Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Nice and soft? Okay, let's do the rest of the ingredients. How about up here? What's there?
Sugar.
Sugar, 1 cup of white sugar. How about this one?
Sugar.
Do you remember what this is called?
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This one?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Baking soda?
Baking soda.
Yep, it's a 1/4 teaspoon plus an additional 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. And lastly, what do we have over here, Benjamin? Benny.
Toast.
That's the toast. How about in my can over here?
Pineapple.
Pineapple. So this is 1 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, and we're gonna keep the juice too, so don't drain it. So let's put it all together. So the first things we're gonna mix together are the butter and the sugar. So Ben, do you wanna put the sugar in with the butter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little help here. Ooh, very nice, thank you. You did it, yep.
Sugar.
Do you wanna do this too?
Yeah.
While we're here, we've got our bowls. We have our 4 eggs, and Ben, you can add the cinnamon into the eggs. Just hold the whole bowl. Take the whole dish. You're gonna do a pinch of cinnamon. Okay, very fancy. Just a pinch. 1 more pinch. Can I dump the whole thing? Okay. So all of our cinnamon, well, you can do the baking soda. Okay, ready? Dump it in. Perfect. And now we get to mix. We're gonna use my electric hand mixer to cream the butter and the sugar together, and Benny's gonna help me with that too.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
So stick it in and then turn it on low. Woo! All right, hang on. Should mommy have used a bigger bowl? Yes. So I'm gonna get a bigger bowl. 1 moment. All right. You're making a little too much of the mess. We really want all that butter and sugar, so. Yeah, we can mix now. Okay, take 2, ready? We're gonna use the same beaters to whisk together our 4 eggs and cinnamon and baking soda. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Eggs, yep, and you can see we whisked them, or we beat them until they were bubbly, yes, and just nice and frothy. Okay, so now we're ready for our bread. So the original recipe calls to bake this casserole in a 9x9x2 baking pan. I don't quite have a pan. Sugar! I don't quite have a pan of those dimensions, but my mom said that the best alternative would be a high-sided casserole dish or Dutch oven. So I'm gonna use my Dutch oven, and we're just not gonna cover it so the top will get nice and crispy and brown. Can you tell he's my son? My 2 favorite things, butter and sugar. So what we're gonna do, can you show them this, Ben? Can you hold this up? This is a paper towel with, what's on that?
Butter.
Butter. And this is how I'm gonna butter the inside of my Dutch oven. And I won't get my hands dirty that way. So you can see the inside here of my well-loved Dutch oven. Don't mind the stains. Do you wanna see too?
Yeah.
See the butter?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring it all the way up the sides too, so that the bread doesn't stick. You could also make this in just a traditional 9x13 like Pyrex baking dish, but you definitely want to adjust the baking time. Since it'll be such a thin layer, it'll probably bake for a lot less time than this will. Okay, so next, our bread, right. So what we're gonna do is take our brioche loaf. The recipe calls for 12 slices, and this loaf is 13 slices plus the 2 ends, which are a little thinner. So I'm just gonna live on the edge and use the whole loaf today. And what we're gonna do is tear these pieces up. So do you wanna take a piece of bread and just tear it up? You can just, look at this. Tear it up into pieces. You tear your bread up? Yeah, tear it into pieces. Good! Yeah. You might make those a little smaller. But you could also cut it into cubes if you're looking for a more uniform look. That's perfect, Ben. But we'll just tear up the whole loaf of bread and throw it into our pan. So we have one 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple with the juice that we just dumped on top of our bread, right?
Yeah.
And next we're gonna add in the butter and sugar, right? Does that look good? It smells good too, huh? Yeah. And what was in here? Do you remember?
Pop.
Pop? No, it was the eggs.
Yeah.
Remember we whisked up the eggs? The pop went into our honey gravy for our ham, which we're making tonight too. Then we're gonna stir it all together.
Bake, Mommy.
We're gonna bake it, and we get to eat it.
Yeah.
Now the nice thing about baking it in this deep dish is that there's plenty of room if you want to double the recipe, which is super easy to do. We're just feeding this to our family for dinner tonight, but of course for an Easter feast, you might have a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
But you know what we have to do first? We have to bake it, right?
Yeah.
So my oven's preheated to 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake this. The recipe says 45 minutes to an hour, which is a huge range. So around 40 or 45 minutes, I'm gonna check it and see where we are. Of course, we want the egg to cook through, but we don't want the mixture to dry out. So I am gonna keep an eye on it, and I'll keep you posted as to how long ours takes to bake. I am beyond excited to try out this pineapple bread pudding. My whole kitchen smells like Easter. I've got my ham with honey gravy in the crock pot behind me, and a recipe video for that is coming really soon, so stay tuned for that. But the perfect side dish, the perfect accompaniment for an Easter ham is this pineapple bread pudding. And the kitchen smells like cinnamon and butter, and I'm ready to eat. So I got my fork, here we go. Seriously, this is my favorite Easter dish, hands down. Oh yes. Let me tell you what. The cinnamon, the sugar, the warm, like comforting bread. That brioche is amazing here because it's got that little bit of sweetness and it's kind of pillowy and soft and like eggy and rich too. Oh my gosh, and the pineapple just gives it that kind of sweet, little bit of tropical flavor. And I love sweet side dishes with a ham. You've got that really salty meat, and then when you have sweet potatoes on the side and this pineapple bread pudding, such an awesome combination. I really, really hope you give this one a try this Easter. So I have a little special guest here with me to say goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Ann's Family Recipe. Thank you so much for joining Ben and Andrew and me in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe. For the full recipe, check the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.